9 Premier League games, only 2 points to show for it, the loss at home against Chelsea just now to drop out of the Carabao Cup, and the loss of key players in Mateusz Cunha and Ait Nouri. Wolves are facing relegation from the Premier League. Coach Vitor Pereira is in danger. The next international break is coming after games against Fulham and Chelsea, and more than likely that could be when he gets sacked. A club who dominated in the 50s with 3 titles is about to lose it all after spending 8 consecutive years in the Premier League. What can save this team from relegation? Let's find out. So let's calmly begin by taking a look at this Wolves side. We're looking at a formation of 5-2-3 at the moment. And when we go into the squad itself, we see Arias, the new signing in the team. We see Agbadu, who I believe is a new signing as well. We also see Araucadare, who did well in Belgium, has now joined into this Wolves team, and I'll talk about him more down the line. We also have the likes of Chachua coming in from Hellas Verona in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. And Krejci, who is supposed to be a great talent, or talented player, I should say. He's 26 at this point. He always used to be a talent, but now he is in the Premier League, and people thought, hey, maybe this works. But clearly, one thing that Wolves haven't done this season in the transfer window is bring in players with Premier League experience. All these players I just named you, they came from the outside, and one big issue with this squad is that Premier League experience is clearly lacking. But then when you look at the front three, there's a big issue. This team is one of the worst teams when it comes to XG. So creating chances or going ahead and taking shots in positions that would create high XG. Wolves is terrible at that. And when it comes down to defense, they're conceding way too many goals, and they are number 1 when it comes to the ranking of teams who make mistakes that lead to a goal. So error led to goal. Wolves is first when it comes to that ranking. And I just saw a clip of Chelsea scoring, I believe. It was Araucadare going ahead and playing the pass backwards to absolutely no one but the opponent. They ran through and shot and scored. So things are just not going well at this club right now. I was just looking through the formations that Wolves played in the last 5 games. Every single one was like a 4 at the back. So I guess this 5-2-3 that EA have put in here is not necessarily ideal, especially against Chelsea. I've seen that Agbadu was playing in a CDM role, basically. Managed to get himself 2 assists. But I think the 5 at the back thing, if we want to be defensively stable, might actually not be that bad of an idea. Now, we do have about 46 million in the budget, but since we are on a live start point beginning on the 21st of October, we find ourselves in the last position in the league. And of course, with the fact that we have to wait until the January transfer window to make some signings. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going for Premier League experience to save this team. Just found out that the wingers have basically contributed nothing to Wolves this season so far, so I guess dropping them wouldn't be a bad idea. We might go with a 2-striker formation, and that's going to be the 5-3-2. Putting Araucadare and Larsen up top, with Munetsi, Andre and Gomez in midfield, Wolf, Totti, Krejci, Agbadu, Chachua in defense, and Jose Sa in goal for now. Now I've gotten to the January transfer window, and lads, we are on 9 points with Wolves as we speak, with just 1 victory so far in 19 games. And on top of it, an unexpected event has taken our budget from 46 million down to 22. So basically half of our budget is now gone, making it even harder. If I can survive this season, I need to get an award or something. A man who's played against the relegation at Burnley for many times and at Everton as well, James Tarkowski, I need you. He was the perfect choice for us because he wasn't too expensive. He didn't go down in his ratings too much, and I truly believe he would be a great leader for this squad. 7.8 million plus Matt Doherty to bring this man in and get us out of this mess. 80 rated, so he's going to take over from Totti, I assume, because the ratings, that's just how it goes. We have 279 rated players there. Tarkowski goes straight into the center of that defense and tells people what to do from this point on. And I truly do hope that this will be very, very helpful. I need it. We are a terrible squad right now. Please, team, step up your game. And we cannot stop there. Kieran Trippier is now joining into our team as well. A 35-year-old right back. But again, Premier League experience. I need it right now. and we need it badly. He comes in for 5 million, which is nothing, but considering our budget is so low, I couldn't buy any higher rated players. 79 rated, so Chachua, I like you, pal, but Trippier is going to take over that position with an immediate effect. I mean, he can also play as a left back, to be fair to him, but I believe Wolf is one of the players that has gotten a couple of goal contributions for Wolves this season, so I'm going to keep him there, and especially because of his name, I guess. Something I didn't realize until now. But Trippier is going to be there in that right back position, upgrading our defense once again, and I truly hope that this midfield and the attack can just get going and get us out of this situation. If I don't get relegated today, it's going to be a wonder. Tactically, by the way, we're switching to a kick and rush from now on, with the build-up style changed to counter-attacking and the defensive approach remaining unbalanced. So now I'm going to do something a bit different. Usually we don't go month by month, but because this season is so pivotal for our career mode, we're going to go through it together. So we beat the likes of West Brom in the Cup, not that important, but we beat Newcastle and Bournemouth this month. As we go to February, you'll see that we beat Chelsea in the league, which is exceptional, got kicked out of the Cup against Manchester United, and then picked up 2 draws on top of it. In the month of March, we lose and we draw, not that great. In the month of April, only a victory against West Ham, but then 2 losses. At this stage, things were looking horrible. But then, the last month of the year, victory against Sunderland, against Brighton, Spurs, and Fulham, with a loss against Burnley. And Wolves have survived in the 15th position with 38 points. That is exceptional. I truly thought we were gone, but as you can tell, we have Leeds United on 34 points this season. The 4-point gap has truly saved us. Yes, there are a couple more teams below us, especially considering that Burnley beat us in the last game of the season. They have survived based off of that. But going into the top scorers, you'll also find Jørgen Strand Larsen in there with 14. In the assists, we actually have a player too, and that is Hugo Bueno, coming up with 6 goal contributions from that left-back position, overtaking Wolf and looking very strong. A former Feyenoord talent that we might be able to build upon. But what this turnaround was built on is Kieran Trippier and Tarkowski. Thanks to both of these guys helping us out big time. Krejci is only loaned in, but Wolves do have an obligation to buy, so he's going to stick around with us now as an 80-rated centre-back. Same goes for Akbadu. In the goalkeeping position, we will 100% have to change something, improve there to make sure next season we're not fighting against relegation. In midfield, it's looking okay for now. Gomez and Andre are obviously decent enough players. Munetsi can get a few things done for us as well, but I would like to bring in someone there too. Larsen and Arokadare are looking better now. 81 rating on both of them. Hopefully they know how to play alongside each other right now. And when we look into the stats, you'll realize that Larsen was the main man, supported by Munetsi, and Arokadare comes in with 10 goal contributions in 28 games, as it seems like Hwan Hee-chan has been stealing a lot of playtime here, unless he was injured. But that, my friends, is Season 1. We have survived, and I'm mad happy about it. This season, we have 54 million to spend. But now I've made a couple of additional sales. Arias, because I'm not using wingers, so he's gone for 13.4. Munetsi, I didn't want to sell, but his release clause was activated, so I guess I'll need a new center midfielder. Kalajdzic I've let go, Saab, Bentley, and I've sent a bunch of our youngsters out on loan, especially the wingers as well, like Fer Lopez and Rodrigo Gomes, because maybe at some point we'll switch back to a winger formation, and there they can help us out. Well, we're gonna start off now with the goalkeeper. Aguirre Zabala is joining into our team. His contract is running out. He's back from his loan deal at Valencia, replacing Mamardashvili. So Athletic Bilbao's goalkeeper is now part of our project, so to say. For 12 million, he's only coming in, which is a very low price for a 77 rated, talented, higher potential goalkeeper. Now, 25 is a good age, in my opinion. Pretty much perfect to bring someone in. Maybe like 21, 22 would still be too young, but for Premier League football, 25 seems just about right for me. So, Aguirre Zabala, left-footed. He comes in with 88 kicking. He seems very good at that, but his reflexes is what we're after. He has the cross-claimer as well. 6'2", not the tallest goalkeeper, but not too short either. So I'm very happy with this signing for now. Clearly, though, we need someone else to take over here from Doyle. Doyle might be somewhat of a decent player, but I need someone to really carry that midfield. So I'm probably going to be spending most of my money there. I want this midfield to basically go to war for me. So Javi Guerra, I believe Guerra means war. But anyways, my Spanish might be terrible. Anyways, he now joins us as a 36.2 million center midfielder. I think he is one of the greater talents out there. For the first time, I think I discovered him for myself for around 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years by now. And a lot of teams have been looking at him, but Valencia necessarily didn't do too well, so I guess some people kind of jumped off the hype train. But this guy is incredible. 6'2", can do basically anything on the pitch. And for being 6'2", he can dribble like he's 5'7". I absolutely love that about him. He has the incisive pass and the inventive play style with him as well. I think he's going to be such a great addition into this team and truly take us to that next level down the line. Now, what I want to do with the rest of my money is I'm probably going to buy someone to replace Tarkowski. We're going to turn Tarkowski into a backup. And for the right back position, I'm assuming Chachua is going to be taken over moving forward. He's on a 76, just one rating behind Trippier, who's going to go down anyways. I'm surprised that Renato Vega has still not found his way to Wolves. He's a Portuguese centre-back. I mean, come on. Every Portuguese once plays for Wolves, right? But he comes in now to keep the tradition going for about 23 million into our squad. Not necessarily higher rated than Tarkowski. Again, another player that I was watching back when he was at Basel. I was pretty impressed with his ability in that defensive midfield. I think that was his position initially. So I'm kind of surprised at seeing that he moved into centre back, and specifically because I've seen him in centre midfield and attacking midfield too. So he could basically do it all. So yeah, he now joins into our team. Left-footed, 6'3". Amazing stats on him for an offensive centre back, you could say. Has the block play style on him as well. He's going to take over from Tarkowski throughout the season and play next to Krejci there. In our second season, we're going to be taking on Fulham because I believe this is the squad that we can kind of gauge our strength at. And well, our strength initially was in attacking. 38 minutes in, Gomes plays a great pass into Strand Larsen, who smacks it into the top right corner. Strand Larsen was linked to Newcastle United for such a long time, but I assume they're happy that they got Nick Voltemade there. But here we go, Chachua, a right back, pushing on, and he sees someone at the far side. And that is Tolu Arokodore. This is a class player. He has some great stats on him that could be very useful. 12 goals so far for us this season, and Pereira is a happy man as we speak. Both of his strikers have scored with this new formation. That is what he wants to see. But defensively, we were still a bit shaky. I mean, that is a goal that we should have definitely prevented. Didn't look too good right there. And in this case, it could have easily been the equalizer for our opponents as well. However, we do survive. Thanks to Arrizabalaga. We do get another chance with Arokodare in the air, but it's okay. It is a 2-1 victory as the referee blows the whistle and shows us that we are strong enough to beat a team like Fulham right now. That victory actually put us into the 10th position at the end of the season, ahead of Fulham, and that's okay. That's good. We're progressing and we are pushing into the top 10, and that is amazing. Now for the top scorers, well, we have Strand Larsen on 16, Guerra on 14. So those are our two best performing players. And for the assists, we do have who? Who's up there? Oh, wow. Bueno, again, on 6. However, seeing that 10th position, it means that if we now have great players in our squad that are outperforming others in our team easily and are the shining stars like Strand Larsen, that means the bigger Premier League clubs should be able to sign them easily off of us. So going into the next season, if I get a huge offer, one of these top players that we have now built up is going to be sold going into the next year. And from that moment on, we'll have to figure out how we move into the future as a club and what signings we're making. And right now, as we speak, it would have to be Strand Larsen, 23-2 for the Norwegian striker. We have Guerra on 20-9 after just one season. He's been exceptional in this squad, and I want to build him up continuously. Arokodare has 5 less goals, but a bunch more assists, which is good to see. And our centre-back has gotten himself 11 goal contributions. Lads, we got 66 million going into the new season. And now Strand Larsen is leaving us for 66 million. Along with him, we made some other sales that have taken our budget all the way up to 171 million. 102 million in sales. That is incredible. And I just realized Manchester City have purchased Agbadu for 23.7 million from us. That must have been his release clause. How could I have a release clause that low? I messed up there. I tried to extend his contract, but then again, he's only worth 21.5, so I guess it's okay. And you know what? Overall, that's a good thing, because I wanted to switch to a 4 at the back, so I can now use Vega and Krejci in there. We have Bueno and Chachua for the fullback positions, and up top, I want to go with a striker and 2 wingers. And when it comes to the wingers, luckily, we do have Rodrigo Gomes, who we can bring back straight away at the age of 24, 77 rated, and Fer Lopez, 78 rated at 23. A big signing for Wolves in this past summer transfer window. Now we get to properly utilize these players. And this is the new squad. Arocadare up top with Lopez and Gomes on the wings. Guerra becomes a center attacking midfielder, same rating. Andre holds his position at CDM, but Gomes, or Gomes, however you want to pronounce him, since he's Portuguese, or they speak Portuguese, I'll say Gomes. He comes in with an 84 rating now. He was an 80. So changing back to a CDM, he has jumped up massively. And then defensively, Vega, Krejci, Chachua, Bueno, and Aguirre Zabala, obviously. However, as I mentioned before, I have a ton of money to spend, so I should. Well, since we only have 2 wingers in a team, I decided to go after Luciano Rodriguez, the Uruguayan talent who has moved over to the Saudi League, but now he's coming to Europe. Rodriguez, buddy, welcome to Wolves. This is a signing that we're making for £30 million. That is a lot of money, but I haven't gone overboard, I feel, and that's the right thing to do. We want to build a strong squad. He's at a 78 rating, so just 1 rating ahead of Gomez, which is fine, you know? I just want competition in here. Whoever wins, wins. He comes in with 89 pace, 79 shooting for a right wing. I really like that. He has 82 dribbling, 4-star weak foot, technical play style. The Uruguayan could become a key player for this Wolves squad moving forward. And well, for the left wing, I need competition too. Van Bommel, the son of the former Bayern Munich player, is now joining into our team. His dad used to be a rough lad. Let me just say that much. He loved a nice tackle. 25 million we have paid for Ruben Van Bommel from AZ Alkmaar. And he comes in at a 78 rating, which I really like. So Van Bommel, welcome into the squad. You are going to be competing against Lopez, obviously, 23.78. He is 23.78, but he's 6'4", so he's more suited to the style that Premier League has, and he comes in with 89 pace, 76 shooting, and he has 3 play styles, which could be really useful. So Van Bommel, that's a good signing in my opinion, and we have brought in a lot of strength into this team. I don't want to spend all of my money. I feel like that just doesn't sit right with me. I'm done with signings for this season, and I want to see this Wolves team do well and get above the 10th position. So apparently we had won the Carabao Cup in the last season, and so we are actually playing in the Conference League finale against Twente now. The team has not only qualified for it, but they've actually made it into the final. So Tolu starts off with a great strike onto the crossbar. Javi Guerra, new player, decent cross, another save, forced out of our opponent's goalkeeper. But they had their chances too, you know. And Arrizabalaga was amazing for us. And, sorry, it's Aguirre Zabala, isn't it? I might get it wrong a couple of times here because of the former Chelsea goalkeeper. But he is on fire for us as we speak. And I'm glad that we did sign him. He's the backup, or was the backup to Unai Simon at Bilbao for such a long time. Probably got tired of it. And in the 83rd minute, Tolu smacks it into the top left, as it seemed like our opponents had the upper hand, but in 13 games, he scored 12 goals, and that means he's the main reason as to why we got to lift this Conference League title, the first European trophy for Wolves. So we have won a European trophy, but we were kind of terrible in the Prem. We have finished in the 11th position with 49 points. And when it comes to the top scorers, well, when we do go up, hopefully we'll see Tolu. Yeah, okay, he has 23 goals, which is impressive. But he assists Javi Guerra. Let's go. That's a good sign. So overall, I'm actually happy with this season. Have we won the Carabao Cup this time? No. FA Cup? I didn't even bother checking these because I didn't think we stood a chance. But yeah, apparently we won it last season. Congrats. Now going into the team, Tolu is on an 87, which is amazing. Guerra, 86. Gomez is up to an 87 there. Rodriguez, 82. Van Bommel 82. Both the backups have remained on an 80, so they have kind of become backups now instead of starters. Doyle, Wolf, Hoover, Lima, Totti, Bueno. That's a good squad that we have put together now. I do realize one thing. We do not have a backup CDM. And we do not have a backup center attacking midfielder. Those are things that we can attack in the next season. But having won a European title now, which might not be the biggest, but still is one, I feel like we're okay to hold on to our players. I've just sold Kiana Hoover, Hwang Hee-chan, Mosquera, Tarkowski, and Lembi Kisa, taking my budget up to a nice 153. Lads, we are bringing in Alex Scott from Bournemouth. A little bit more Premier League experience, I guess, at the end of the day. He must have played plenty of football until now, so he's coming in for a price of 40 million. Very happy to welcome him into our squad as he comes in at a rating that will be impressive. An 82, actually, replacing Doyle on our bench. 24 years old, very, very talented player, obviously. But having brought him in, now I'm realizing I do not have a backup to Tolu. And for the CDM position, we actually do have Traore, just one player. I don't know if he's good enough, so I'm going to be making some more moves. For the CDM position, I'm going for Chelsea's talent, Ugo Chukwu. I don't even know if he's still at Chelsea at this point, but I feel like so far into our career, he should be a decent backup. Coming in for just 20 million at a rating of, if I'm not mistaken, 79 at this stage. Yes, 24 years old, a pretty good age to become a very good backup to a team that is trying to push into a higher position and to a team that has gone ahead and won a European trophy, don't forget. And now the backup striker is going to be Kofan from Bayer Leverkusen, a talented player who we are hopefully going to be turning into a special player as a backup to Tolu. Christian Kofan, 30 million spent on him as he joins us from AS Roma at a rating of 79. And now we're playing in the Europa League finale after winning the Conference League. What the hell is going on? Well, all I know is I gotta give it my all because it's Feyenoord in the finale, and Feyenoord started off nicely. Aguirre Zabala, once again, we need him in this game. Tolu, I'm always looking for him in the air. He now has the precision header plus, if I'm not mistaken, and Luciano Rodriguez tries his best down that right-hand side too. But Feyenoord, once again, through 1v1. And Aguirre Zabala, man, what a goalkeeper he has been for me so far today. Guerra, now another cross whipped in. And Tolu basically said, I'm done heading the ball. I'm going to smack this in on a beautiful acrobatic move. What a goal by a 6'6" tall striker, if I'm not mistaken. He is the best player in this team after Aguirre Zabala. Our goalkeeper can't be beaten. But then again, maybe he can, because Tolu smacks it off the post to make it 2-0, bows down and says, I hope you're enjoying the show, and then gets past another defender to just finesse it into the far corner, make it a hat-trick for himself, as Andre now finds Luciano Rodriguez down the right, who will get the fourth goal. Feyenoord were looking strong early on, but now, after winning the Conference League title, we have officially won the Europa League as well. And there is obviously one last step left, which is the Champions League. And I gotta say, I'm crazy proud that we actually did win the Europa League. And it seems like we're just constantly progressing in Europe. But in England, we've won the title. 84 points on Wolves. We are 13 ahead of Manchester City. I don't know how the hell this happened. Tolu, 34 goals in 38 Premier League games. That is unbelievable. In the assist, Javi Guerra, and also Van Bommel. That is amazing. Going into the team, Tolu on a 90. Guerra is pushing for it. Van Bommel 86, Rodriguez 85. Defensively, or CDMs I should say, Andre and Gomes looking very good there in terms of their ratings. Defensively, we have Bueno on an 84, which is the lowest rating, but he's 26. That's okay. We have Vega and Krejci looking amazing in that defense, with Krejci now with the pink pass plus. Chachua on an 86. Aguirre Zabala, who has proven his worth in that finale, on an 87. Our bench is looking very solid as well. What a turnaround for Wolves so far, my friends. This has been amazing. Let's quickly go into the stats here as we now try and push for European football and also domination in the Premier League, obviously. Maybe we will lose the title next season, but this is insane. 59 games, 55 goals, 3 assists. Give him the Ballon d'Or. Just give it to him. Van Bommel 24 and 17, Rodriguez 21 and 10, Guerra 13 and 19, and Bueno has 14 assists from left back. What a player. Well, we did manage to hold on to the Premier League title. 82 points, just 3 ahead of Manchester City at this point, who are really trying their hardest to take that away from us. And the top scorer is Tolu Valasse Araucadare. What a name that is. And for the assists, we do have... Where's Guerra? There he is on 7. Not that high, but if we do go back to the league table right here and then go across to the FA Cup, you'll see that we have managed to win the FA Cup against Sunderland as well. The Carabao Cup, well, that didn't go our way, and so didn't the Champions League. In the finale, it's City against Barcelona. And in the semi-finals, we weren't part of it. Quarterfinals, we weren't there. In the round of 16, Real Madrid kicked us out. So we got to get better in Europe still. However, this team is getting stronger by the season. It is a ridiculously strong squad with an 86 rated Bueno as the lowest rated player. And the bench looking very, very solid as well. Even on the reserves, we have some really good backups here. So this Wolves side is just ready to take on the Champions League and win it all, but it hasn't come yet. Incisive pass plus now on Guerra, which is amazing. I love that play style. And hopefully next season, these players in the attack can be above the 90 as well. And then I'm pretty sure we can aim for that Champions League trophy that I so badly want for this Wolves side. We've never won a European trophy. Premier League champions Wolves once again. 89 points ahead of Manchester City. Community Shield belongs to City. Okay then. FA Cup belongs to us. Carabao Cup belongs to United. Now, obviously, the big thing that I wanted to win this season was the Champions League. And when it comes to the Champions League, we came into that 3rd position. In the playoffs, we didn't have to play, but round of 16, we beat Chelsea 4-1 on aggregate. Quarterfinals beat PSG, which I didn't expect. And in the semi-finals, we faced Real Madrid, who we kicked out this time. If you remember, they did kick us out earlier on. And Manchester City, the team that has been struggling and taken away some trophies here and there against us, is now our opponent. And in the Champions League top scoring list, Araucadare, 9 goals. If he gets one more, he's the top scorer. And goals overall, 33 and 12 from Van Bommel. He could be up for the Ballon d'Or. Same thing for Araucadare coming in with 37. Rodriguez comes in with 32 goal contributions. And Guerra with 30 from attacking midfield. It has been a journey from the relegation zone to the top of European football. This has been such a joy. And our lowest rating now is an 88 on Bueno. And the bench is quite solid too. So we're going to be utilizing some of these players for sure if needed. So now Manchester City, let me see what your squad is about. We're looking at Haaland, Rafinha, Cherki, okay. Nico, Rodriguez, Foden, Rodrigo. Agbadu now plays for them. Obviously, we sold him to Johnny Reinders on the bench. Surely not. That man has to play over Nico. As we go into this game, I've just seen news that Erik ten Hag has been linked to the job at Wolves. I'm sorry, man. That would be a terrible decision from him, I think. Because if Erik ten Hag joins a team that is most likely getting relegated, that's only going to hurt his stature, I guess. I mean, after Manchester United, he still had a little bit left, right? But then, oh, Tolu! come on. That should have been a goal for us. But if he joins Wolves and then gets relegated to the championship after getting absolutely destroyed at Leverkusen, yeah, I don't know if he can recover from that. I'll be completely honest. I think the next team he would have to manage would have to be Ajax, and returning to them, and them full well knowing that he can get the job done there. But I don't know how I feel about this. Wolves fans, let me know. Do you think Erik ten Hag is the solution for you? I sure hope not. Gera. Nice pass. Gera again. There he is. He's going to lob this up. Tolu. Yes. Look at him jump up. Did you just see how high he went? Tolu Alasse Arakodare with his 10th goal. And with that, he's officially the top scorer in the Champions League. And Javi Guerra gets himself yet another assist. The keeper didn't even try. Haaland. Zaire Emery. He's going to look for Haaland again, but Krejci steps in. Javi Guerra against Rodri. One Spanish player getting past the other. Luciano Rodriguez. Javi Guerra wants one himself. He nearly gets it. Andre Gomez. Good strike. Luciano, come on. I need that run from you, pal. Why is Tolu the one making the run now? He cuts back in. Tolu Arakodare. Gomez. Guerra. That was not the skill move I wanted, but I'll take it, I guess. Lovely football. Van Bommel hits the post. Should have been 2-0, but this game will end with Wolves lifting the Champions League trophy again. Again, for the first time. And so it is official. All the trophies on top of the bus. The treble winners, Wolves, have been exceptional. Conference League, Europa League, and now the Champions League on top. Vitor Pereira, you might be the coach right here, but who knows how long you're going to stick around. You might be replaced by Erik ten Hag, buddy. Have a good one, guys. Take care and peace.